And then finally, I get the pleasure of introducing our speaker today. Doug Handy is retired as an HSE, or Health, Safety, and Environmental professional in July of 2021. After more than 43 years in various industries, Doug has 2 engineering degrees and worked many years as a manufacturing and/or design engineer, while also being an HSE professional. Doug is fairly well-rounded in many HSE fields, including general safety, behavior-based safety, ergonomics, machine guarding, various industrial hygiene expertise, hazardous waste materials management, and a master trainer in various HSE specialties. Doug has worked in manufacturing and heavy manufacturing, truck manufacturing, nuclear industries, aerospace industry, and transportation industries, among other professional and volunteer placements. Doug has taught for more than 30 years for the Utah Safety Council on more than 30 topics and regulations. Doug has also been involved with the American Society of Safety Professionals for over 30 years. Doug and his wife of 45 years, I'm going to give you a round of applause for that.
She's amazing. She put up with me.
There you go. There you go. His wife of 45 years, Minnie, they've served as service missionaries for over 10 years, as well as full-time health, safety, and environmental missionaries for 2 years for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Doug and Minnie are set to serve another HSE mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints as the safety director of at the Polynesian Cultural Center in Oahu, Hawaii for 18 months, beginning in January of 2025. Doug and Minnie have 3 children, 1 daughter-in-law, 3 grandsons, and they have had 10 foster children as well. Please, everyone, give a warm hand to Doug Handy. You all switched over.
Yeah. Thanks. Hey, this is fun. Safety is fun. That's why I wear this nice bland jacket today. Make sure, back in the day, Christmas never came. I don't know if you remember that back in school. Christmas seemed to be forever to come. Now it seems like Christmas comes almost every week. It seems like it comes around. Time goes a lot faster. But it's all about doing the right thing. So, when I was approached about, hey, can I provide some information on holiday safety and my own different way of doing things, I decided, maybe let's make this a little bit fun. So I wanted to do this for, Mom's 12 safety tips for the 12 days of Christmas as we go through that. So let's go ahead and first take a look at some of the safety regulations that really aren't in place. Now, if FAA were to regulate what Santa could do or what he had to have, I don't think anybody would ever get a present. I think you would still be waiting for the first presents of the 18th century as you go through this process. But, he doesn't have to go through all these fun things. But, just kind of a fun thought, right? As you go through. Is there so many regulations and things going out there and things that businesses have to. One of the cool things is at home you don't have to, but we wish you would for many of the things. Take a look at those because it's at home where more than 60% of the serious injuries happen. So we want to make sure we're doing the right thing. So, that's just kind of a fun thing. If we don't even have all the other reindeer in there or anything, but okay, a lot of things. FAA would make it pretty tough. Well, FAA was when Santa's traveling. Okay. Well, when he lands on your roof, what would OSHA want him to do? How would safety look or need to look to make sure we have all the things? Would he have to have fall protection, all those different things as he went through life? Now, good thing about Santa, he's pretty magical. He can do a lot of things that you and I can't do, so please don't try that at home. It's not really going to work for you as you go through the process. But again, there's a lot of different regulations out there, and all the regulations are there to keep people safe, and that's what we want to do, is keep you safe at home as well as on the job. So anyway, just kind of a fun thing to remember what would happen. So now I'm going to ask you to take a look for just a second use your safety expertise. See if there's any safety hazards you could find in Santa's workshop. Anything here you may think is a problem?
Yes.
Okay, hopefully you can see lots of problems as you go through. And hopefully that's not what your workshop or garage looks like as you're going and getting ready for Christmas. So just take a second and think, hey, what are some of the things that maybe Santa needs to work on here, and maybe you can work on in your house and with your family to make sure that you have a safe holiday. Okay, a lot of good things there as we go through. So, okay, you need more time with that. This presentation will probably be available to you. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about my mom's safety tips. My mom was pretty amazing. Okay, pretty amazing. As I'm sure your mom is, and took good care of us. Unfortunately, we got hurt a lot because we weren't following a lot of these safety tips. So I'm just going to do that but not just for the 12 days of Christmas. Please use these for the entire holiday season and actually throughout the entire year. All right, so on the first day of Christmas, my mom's safety tip would be, and that's, okay, I'm not going to sing all of them, and you'll appreciate that. I've been told people love Doug Handy singing way over there. When they can hear me, I'm still too close. So we'll just not go the singing part. But, on the first day of Christmas, my mom's safety tip would be plan to make the season one of safety for me and my family. And this is just some family pictures from me and our dogs and different things that we have fun, because that's what holidays are about, right? We wait all year long for the holiday season. We plan things. We spend lots of extra time and money to make the holiday seasons something special. We'll make them special. They become special when you're not visiting the emergency room, hospitals, doctors, and things that you don't need to do. So make sure you're doing that. Have some fun as you go through that process. Let's see, do I have a pointer here? Yeah. So you can see right here, we have a lot of fun. We do a lot of Star Wars stuff here in the middle of the screen. We all dressed up, and we even take we have cardboard cutouts of almost all the Star Wars characters in our house. And so, but we put hats on and we make it fun. Just like you would want to do. That's what Christmas and holidays are about, having fun. Having your family over. Sometimes it's fun when your family comes. Sometimes it's funner when your family leaves. But let's not go there. That's a different topic altogether. Okay? But, have fun with your family. Do the things that you want to do. Visit Santa Claus. Do all the things, with the little boys. That was my son when he was 2. Now he's 40, so that's been a while ago. But, just have fun as you do things. We always do a piñata in our house, and we do have a lot of safety rules around our piñata. Okay, we put the piñata up in the middle of the garage. Everybody that's not hitting the piñata is against the garage door. They're not allowed to leave the garage door until the bat is on the ground. Okay. And we try and regulate that so the person with the bat doesn't keep the bat in his hand and scoop up all the candy, but we make sure we do things. So just take an extra few minutes, plan it to make one season of a good, safe holiday for your family. All right? So just keep that in mind. On the second day of Christmas, my mom's safety tip would be 2 things about walking and don't run. So don't want you to fall like a turkey. Okay, that happens a lot here in Utah, especially where there's a lot of ice, a lot of different things going on. So we want you to walk, and we want you to walk like a penguin. You don't have to look like a penguin, don't have to dress like a penguin, but I like you to walk like a penguin, especially when it's slippery outside. And that means slow, smaller steps, and with your feet pointed outward just a little bit. That'll give you better traction, more stability. And again, shorter steps. The longer step, the more your center of gravity is spread out, and the less stability you will have. So I want you to make sure you're walking like a penguin. Pick the bird you want to be. That's probably not the one falling over here. and try to make that happen. And the other thing about that, a lot of people get hurt, especially in the wintertime when they're running. So you don't need to be the gingerbread man, okay? You've probably heard some things about the gingerbread man breaking legs and okay, there's different occasions. You don't need to do any of that. We want you to be the full gingerbread man. And you can do that by walking, paying attention to what you're doing, and walking like a penguin, okay? So take your time. Again, we talked about that a little bit with the speeding and the cars. Take your time. Enjoy the holiday season. Plan some extra time ahead so you don't have to do those things, because we want to plan to make season one of safety for me and my family. Okay? And that even the family you might not like, you still want them to be safe so they can go home. I mean, no, so they can enjoy their holidays wherever they may want to be. All right. Okay. So I just throw that out there. Okay. On the third day of Christmas, my mom's safety tip would be electrical safety times 3. Okay. You've probably seen a lot of things like you see here in some of the movies, overloaded circuits. Okay. That used to be the thing, especially when I was growing up. My grandma's house, there was only one electrical outlet in each room. That's what the old houses were. They only had one electrical outlet in each room. So how many things can you plug into one thing? A lot for a while, and then it wasn't so good. So two of my favorite holiday Christmas things are, the Christmas Story, okay, and my wife still won't let me get a leg lamp. She just won't let me buy one, okay, but anyway, but it's fragile, anyway. So, but the other thing is, if you look at National Lampoons, how many things can you plug in? Make sure you've got the right electrical thing, because what happens is the lines will heat up and overheat the lines, the fires, all the kind of bad things. Also, you have what they call the daisy chain. That's when you plug one electrical thing into another, especially power strips. Power strips, where you already have 8 things plugged in there. Plug in another thing with 8 more things is just adding to the fire and the hazard capability. So don't do that. And if you have electrical, check your electrical cords before you put your decorations out, before you do the things. If you have anything that's not fixed, or somebody's taken it pull that grounding plug out, don't get a new cord, get something else you can use. If not, I remember my grandma's house, we had a fire, because it used to be, you didn't have very many electrical outlets, so what did you do? You put them on the ground, and then you cover them up with rugs so you wouldn't trip over the cords. And what happens is they get heated up, and it starts fires. I had one in my grandma's house that burned up one of her rugs. Unfortunately, it didn't burn up her aluminum Christmas tree, but it didn't do that. But we salvaged that for her to make it happen back in the day. All right, so 3 electrical things. Make sure you got those. This is a big issue, especially during the holiday season, where we use a lot more electricity than normal. Okay, on the 4th day of Christmas, my mom's safety tip would be 4 ladder steps. First, inspect your ladder. When was the last time you used a ladder? Maybe it's been out in your shed or the garage or underneath the deck for who knows how many days, years, and now you're going to go out and try and use it. You're going to put your whole weight on that, and if you're like me, you may have put on a couple of extra pounds over the year, and you need to make sure you've got the right things going on. So inspect your ladder. And if it's a wood ladder, make sure you never paint a wood ladder. That just hides the cracks and hides so you can't see it. So preferably aluminum or a fiberglass ladder. Those things are safer. But stay off the top steps. In fact, most of them are now printed on there, right? It'll say even the top 2 steps. Do not use this step. And that's for a reason, because One, the ladders become less stable as you get higher up. The weight's not at the bottom, your weight's at the top, and it's moving around a little bit more. And so this is probably not the thing you want to be doing as you are trying to decorate your house or your trees or whatever it is here. Make sure you use your ladders. Make sure your ladders have some safety feet or you secure them so they don't slide around, especially in the snow and all that kind of stuff. Those ladders can move around. Make sure you secure them before you get there. Have somebody hold them. A real good friend of mine just before Thanksgiving was getting some things out of his little loft in his garage, and guess what? He's climbed up a little bit too high on his ladder. No one was securing it. He fell, tore his shoulder, and rotator cuff, everything, and that's still a work in progress to get that fixed. And if you are going to have higher ladders, make sure that if you've got things above any platform, landing, roof, level, whatever, that ladder is 3 feet above there. That gets it stable, so it's less likely to move around, and also gives you something to grab onto going up and down as you get that going. So the 4 ladder steps, great things. My mom was pretty sharp when it came to safety. Okay, I didn't always listen to her, but she was pretty sharp. All right, on the 5th day of Christmas, my mom's safety tip would be 5 outdoor decorating basics. First, clear and prepare your area that you're going to decorate. Okay, make sure you don't have a pile of wood here or something else that you want to do things. Make sure you have that area clear and you're doing that. Use your ladder or other equipment, okay, to do that. Don't climb on the window sills and an old rickety box or back in the day a bushel basket. Those rickety bushel baskets. Anyway, there's a lot of things that you don't want to do. So use the proper equipment. Use what you need to make it safe for you. Okay, so you can have a safe and happy holiday. Position yourself to the work. So what that means is if you have to move your ladder, move your ladder. Leaning over, doing stuff, anytime you get outside of what you call your power zone, which is right here next to your body, it's a bad thing. So on the ground, it's pretty easy to get closer. 1 step. Now everything's in your power zone. So just keep things, as you're putting things out, as you're decorating, make sure you have things, use your power zone, and keep things close to yourself. And position your body to do the work the right way. You can't always position the work, but you can position your body. All right? Okay, place decorations near the resource you need them. If you're going to have an electrical thing that you want to put out, don't put it 500 yards away from your house, or you have to have 500 yards of electrical out there. Not a good thing. Also, if you're going to have guy wires or something that's going to help support something, don't put that across the sidewalk and all those things. Take some time, place your decorations where you need them to be, where they can be safe. Okay, and then plan the proper time to decorate. Not everything has to be done in a flash or a microsecond or even a day. Take 2 or 3 days or a week if you need to get things set up the right way. Doesn't all have to happen at once, including getting your stuff down from your attic or whatever, day 1. Day 2 is putting them out instead of trying to do everything in 1 day. Makes a big difference as you go through that. Okay? So, 5th day of Christmas, 5 outdoor decorating ideas. Well, 6th day of Christmas is now you're decorating indoors. 6 indoor basics. And guess what? The first 5, Jim, guess what? They're the same thing. Got the same thing inside, hopefully not snow and all the other things, but how you put things, where you put them. Don't put your guy wires across your doorways and your stairs and all those things. So you make sure you get your areas clear. You use your equipment, step stools, not chairs, step stools, ladders, things to put things up and hang them the right way. So you can have that proper mistletoe hanging without falling and kissing the ground. That's not what you're looking for, okay? Make sure you got that going. Okay, again, same thing, position your feet, place your decorations where you need them. Same thing in the inside. You don't want cords going everywhere. If you need an electrical outlet, make sure you've got what you need. You want something next to a light? Make sure you put it next to a light. Okay, the proper time, same thing there. But the last thing is, that's different here, is keep your decorations away from candles and other heat sources, okay, and stairways. Don't decorate your stairways where it obstructs your stairways. Yes, it may look pretty, but it won't look as pretty with you crumbled up at the bottom of the stairs. Yeah, it's just not as good. So make sure you just take a look at that. Keep all those things away from those candles. Back in one of my favorite ornaments when I was growing up was the bubble lights. I don't know if anybody remembers bubble lights. You'd screw them into the light fixture, and as they heated up, they were full of liquid, and the bubbles would start. They would not have a little thing, and because of the heat, it would generate bubbles. And it was pretty good, but you couldn't grab that fixture because guess what? Pretty warm as you go through. So it generated a lot of heat. So those bubble lights were a lot of fun, not the safety process you want to have going. So just keep things away from the heat sources. Christmas tree fires and things used to be one of the most, and still are some of the most, traumatic things that happen during the holiday season, where firemen don't want to come out and help you clean up the rubble of your Christmas presents that were under the tree. All right, so 6 days of Christmas, my mom's safety tip would be 6 indoor decorating basics. The 7th day of Christmas, my mom's safety tip would be 7 Christmas tree musts. Select the proper tree and type for your size. You've seen all those movies, people dragging trees bigger than they are through doorways and knocking things down and hurting themselves. No, you don't need to do that. Okay, pick the right type of tree for what you want to have. Know how you're going to put it in so you don't hurt yourself, destroy your house, break your windows. I mean, there's a lot of things that happen when people do that. Use proper tree stands. Now, there's all kinds of tree stands and things, but make sure you're using the right to support that tree. That tree heavy? Is it not? What's it going to do? You need to have that tree so it'll be stable when you put it up. That falling over has hurt a lot of people, caused a lot of fires, caused a lot of issues. So make sure you don't have that. If you're going to use a live tree, get one that was cut in this century. No, hopefully this week, not even this month. Okay, but this week, make sure that it's fresh so it'll stay fresh. Won't be as brittle, won't be the fire hazard you don't want it to be. Okay, and if you have a light tree, you never want to go more than 2 days without watering that. Keep watering that every day. Okay, don't have it big enough that your dogs and cats are drinking out of that water. It's not really good for them. We'll talk about that in a little while, but anyway. But really make sure you water that tree every day or at least every 2 days. If you're using an artificial tree, which is the majority of the people in today's world, make sure you get a flame-resistant tree. Make sure you look at that. It'll be on the package. It'll tell you flame-resistant. Could even say UL approved. It's got lights or something. Make sure you got the right type of tree. Okay, just because you got a tree for $3 may not be the tree you want to put up in your house. Okay, so make sure you got the right tree. Make sure it's flame-resistant. Again, for all the lights or anything else that you're doing, make sure everything is UL listed or approved to make sure that it is. That's the underwriter's laboratory. They've already tested this and said, yes, this is a safe product. It's not, the wiring isn't going to generate enough heat to cause a problem, all those things. So just make sure you look at your ornaments, your tree lights, especially those type of things. Used to be that you could only get the big tree lights back when I was a kid. Right, and they were hot. You couldn't touch them when you eat. You know, they were just. Now you get these LED lights, and there's no temperature to them, which is great. But make sure that the electrical system going to them works. And properly space your ornaments on the tree so the tree is less likely to fall over, or those type of things. And also, you know, it's always good to put the heavier ornaments at the bottom, and the lighter ones more towards the top. It just stabilizes your tree. Also keeps things from falling, heavy things from falling off the tree and hitting you while you're getting your favorite Christmas present or whatever else as you're going. And just a lot of good stuff. So 7 Christmas tree musts that you need to do for day 7. Okay? All right. On the 8th day of Christmas, my mom's safety tip would be 8 food safety reminders. Plan where and where you're going to prepare your food and place your food. Okay? So how are you going to cook all of these things? You're going to cook for your whole family? Do you have enough space? How are you going to do that? You have to do it over 3 or 4 days. You're going to try and cook everything on 2 burners in the last minute. And then it causes a lot of problems, safety issues, etc. Where are you going to put the food once you get it cooked? You're going to put it right there where everybody can knock it over. Make sure you got the pot handles and things always turned in towards the stove so no one can knock them over, those type of things. Don't leave food out without proper covers or refrigeration. So when you get done eating your food, you're going to go watch the football game or something, put a cover over your food, put it in the fridge for 10 minutes. People can get it out of the fridge pretty easy as they need to do that. Okay, don't leave the food cooking on the stove unattended. My kind of in that way, I have a personal story. We were up visiting my dad at the hospital one day when he was hurt, and I called my son. I got to call my son, so I called my son, and I hear the fire department in the background. Not a good thing. I'm thinking, okay, what's that sound I'm hearing? He says, oh, we were cleaning our Dutch ovens that we have a lot of. We were cleaning those out and left it on the stove cooking while we went and played a computer game and started our kitchen on fire. Not what we was looking for that particular day, but it doesn't take long for that heat to cause a problem. So if you're cooking something, cook it. Okay, be right there. Maintain the cleanliness of the cooking and prepping areas. You just don't have any food contamination. You don't have any problems. It's not slipping and sliding on things. You have those type of things. Okay. Check the meat and food temperatures. But I think this is ready. Oh yeah, that little sensor popped up on my turkey. Is it really ready or not? Take your thermometer. You can buy a thermometer for about $3 or a digital one for $8. You can check your meat temperature to make sure they're the right temperature. So hauling them around hot and all that, and then have to haul them back and get extra handling, just like in the safety world at work. Less handling is better. Okay, use the proper utensils and cutlery when you're cooking all that, so you're not just like at work. You don't use a screwdriver to poke holes and things. You got drills and other things. Same thing for your cooking. Make sure you got the right type of utensils, right type of cutlery. Your knives are sharp. That a sharp knife is your lot less likely to be cut. The sharp knife, because it'll cut through the material you're cutting a lot easier. Okay, and then if you reheat anything, any of your leftovers, make sure you reheat them up to 165 degrees. That'll kill any of that bacteria, any of that stuff. It'll make you have a safe and happy, not only that time, because it tastes good then, but the next day or later that night, you'll have a lot better time without any bacteria or things helping you give that food back. Okay? You don't need that as your process goes on. So 8 food safety reminders. On the 9th day, maybe I did. Can you change it from the 9th day? Again. Okay. On the 9th day, 9 things to ask for assistance on. Okay. We all think we can do it all, right? Oh yeah, I'm going to get that. Just like my friend, he should have had help getting the stuff out of his loft, holding the ladder, doing something. But as you're moving around the Christmas trees and the bigger, I just make sure you have that. As you're getting your things in and out of storage, where's your storage? Most people's storage is not in a convenient location, and you need help. So get some help. Safety in numbers is a good thing when you're doing all these things. When you're hanging or installing your Christmas decorations, get a couple of people out there, making sure you have the right things, you have the help to put them in the right place the first time, so you don't have to get back on the roof 12 times to move it 3 feet. Get some help. Figure out what you're going to do. Rearranging furniture, that probably has to happen. Almost every house I've lived in at Christmas time, where's the Christmas tree going? right where the couch is or whatever. So you got to move things. Get help. Have people help you do that. Okay. Have people help you secure your ladders or your tools when you're doing them. You're using that. What do you need help with? Okay. Getting and moving large or heavy things, more than 35 pounds. That's kind of a general guideline. Get somebody to help you. Doesn't take that long, and you may actually make a friend or whatever. That may be a good thing if you ask people to help you. Okay, I know my grandsons love to help me. I don't always want them helping me, but they always love helping me, so that's a good thing, especially on me. So wrapping larger items. Some people are injured trying to wrap these things or creating when they have great big items or the things fall over on them when they're trying to wrap things. Just if you need help, get help. Shoveling snow. Now that's a good thing. I'll let anybody come and help. Shovel snow for me, but if you need help shoveling snow, get that done. Okay, or other prep areas. If you have to move cars around and do other things, that would be a good thing. Okay, and if you're going to make, instead of making one trip, my mom used to tell me, why don't you carry them in one at a time? That way you can break them one at a time instead of all at the same time. She wanted me to carry less packages. But I can do this. I'm tough, right? I can do all that and make that happen. Okay, so, all right. On the 10th day, we'll talk about driving. The 10th day of Christmas, my mom's safety tip would be 10 safe driving behaviors. Plan your travel and your routes ahead of time. Okay, and try and do that so you can have time. Plan some extra time in there. Don't say I got to be there at 3:30 and it takes 32 minutes, so I'm going to leave at 2:58. No, give yourself at least 2:57. Give yourself at least an extra minute or two. Hopefully 10 minutes doesn't cost you. Check on your travel plans. If you're going very far, check the travel. Check what the forecast is. How many feet of snow? Was watching the Buffalo football game here on Monday night. I don't know if anybody got that. They had to remove like 20 inches of snow out of the stadium. Plus, they couldn't see the stadium anyway because it still had too much snow in it. But if you're driving someplace, you know what your forecast is going to be. Do a pre-trip on your vehicle. Okay, and any professional driver knows the most important thing is do your pre-trip. Get your vehicle. Make sure your wipers work. Make sure your lights are working. All that stuff before you leave. When you get out there, 10 miles, 100 miles away from home, fixing things is not as easy. So just do your pre-trip. Okay? Make sure you keep, my dad always said it was just as easy to keep the top of the fuel tank full as it is the bottom. So make sure you just, as you're traveling, you don't want to get stuck someplace, make sure you stop and keep it at half or above. That's just a good tip. Okay? And take extra blankets, coats, and gloves. Shove them in the trunk, whatever you need to, so you have them if you need them. Okay? Big thing, and it makes it a little bit more comfortable when people are going, if they get cold or hot or something, you have them anyway. Okay? How many people can be driving? How long are you driving? You need 2 drivers? 3 drivers? Plan that out. Okay? Us macho guys, we don't need to drive all 6,000 miles. Yeah, we can let somebody else drive for at least 5 minutes and give yourself a break. It's a big thing. Okay? Stay alert and rested. So take your breaks as you need to. Okay, I know Karen said take breaks. That's a good thing for safety. I like taking breaks. Okay, so, but make sure you're taking breaks when you're driving. It's okay to lose that spot in the pavement somewhere. You don't have to be in that same spot behind that same car the whole time you're driving. You can lose that spot and you'll still be okay. All right? Seatbelts, and then more seatbelts. Okay, cars should never be moving without a seatbelt. Everybody, all the time. Not only is it a law, but it has saved so many people's lives, so many injuries. It's seatbelts, and then more seatbelts. I could have put 10 safe driving habits seatbelts and just put seatbelts, but I wanted a couple other things on there. Okay. Plan time to get there safely. Again, make sure you leave early when you can and do that. And then the very bottom one, especially during the holiday season, we have a lot of activities going on. A lot of people share different drinks and different treats with us as we go along. Make sure that we are not driving impaired. Not even just across the street. That's too far. Don't even sit in the driver's seat if you have any impairment. Remember, we're here to do what? Have a happy and safe holiday season, not other things going on. You don't need somebody else helping you relieve yourself of money and time and putting people in danger. You just don't. So 10 safe driving habits and behaviors. Okay, here's a key one. We've always had pretty much pets in our house. Okay, so, well, what about the pets? They get left out a lot. So let's just talk about pets for just a minute. Have a safe place for them to go. If there's loud noise and stuff, maybe they need to stay in somebody's bedroom or someplace so there's not things going on. People aren't tripping over them. If your dogs or cats are hyperactive or anxious, maybe you don't want them jumping on every person as they come through the house and knocking or sampling every dish that people bring or they're opening every present that people bring in the house. So have a safe place for them. Okay, maintain proper water and hydration for them. They're going to be anxious. Oh, it's going to be different for them. Make sure that they have proper hydration and food. Okay, plan and arrange for the food feeding. If you're going to be gone for a day or so, or you're going to be gone for 6 hours, make sure that there's food and water for your pets as you go through. Okay, people food is for people. Okay, that's kind of a thing, especially during the holidays. There's so many kinds of food. Some that are actually very dangerous for your animals, chocolates, those type of things. Some of your dogs, if they're chewing on the chrysanthemum bush, that's poisonous for them. Just make sure people food and things are for people, pet foods and things. So get them some extra treats. I think we talked about that someplace. Keep chocolate and other non-pet food away from them and where they can get to it. Okay. There's fireworks and festivities on New Year's Day or whatever. Make sure that they are okay. Some, those loud noises affect animals differently, and most animals do not appreciate the loud noises. Okay. Ensure the wiring and electrical outlets and things are covered. They're going to see something different. What are they going to do? They're going to explore. They're going to do that. You don't want your dogs or cats grabbing electrical lines or things that you don't want them to chew on. That could be dangerous or fatal for them, okay? And ensure that pets can drink water and things, not from your Christmas tree. Okay, we talked about that already a little bit. Maintain a trash-free environment the best you can. I know when presents start getting open, wrapping paper goes everywhere. That affects your pets. They can get hurt or lost in, little dogs can get lost in that, a cat. You can hurt them. They can be underneath it, step on. There's all kinds of things. So maintain somewhat of a trash-free environment if you can. Okay. Show your love by not teasing or annoying your pets. Okay. With motorized and electric. Okay. My son got a helicopter a couple of years ago, electric one, and he would bring it right down next to our dog, and then the dog would jump, and he would, that may be fun for 5 seconds, but that's probably not a very safe thing for the pets or for that, or people having their cats chasing the laser beam or whatever else that goes around. That can be fun. Well, just use some common sense. Show your love for your people or your pets by helping them. Okay, and then have some appropriate treats. You're going to have lots of treats. They're going to see you eating a lot more or doing different things. Get something fun for them. So take care of your pets. 11 pet care reminders. Okay? And the 12th day of Christmas. My mom's safety tip would be home safety and stay warm. Have some niceties. So maintain or watch for your candles and fires. Where are they at? How are you controlling what you got going on? Pay attention to what's cooking, when it's cooking, how it's cooking, and don't leave the kitchen when it's cooking. Pretty much easy, good stuff. Lighting and decorations and the timing of when you're turning them on or off. How does that affect you? If you leave your Christmas lights on all night, is that bothering you, bothering your pets, bothering your, if it's bothering you, no, you don't want to bother your neighbors. Okay, there's things you can do. Just make sure you got the timing set up right. Make sure you have cleared walkways, driveways, porches, stairs when people are coming and going. You never know when somebody comes up to visit you during the holidays. They may come bring in a can of popcorn or something. Make sure they don't trip and fall when they do that. So make sure you keep your things clear. Proper lighting for your outside, for your guests, for other people, so they can see what's going on. Again, use only UL approved type of lighting and heaters and things like that. And if you have heaters, make sure you turn them off before you leave. I think I got that down here a little bit, a couple more down. Yeah, turn off lights, decorations, other heaters, all those things. Make sure that they're not left on. I know a lot of heaters nowadays, if they tip over, they automatically turn off. That's a good thing, but not all of them are like that. I've got still a few older ones that don't have that feature. So make sure you just control what you're doing with the things that you have. Okay, use hooks, not nails, to hang lights. And they should put the holes in your wall. You're smashing your hand with your fingers. All kinds of bad things when you're using nails if you don't have to. There's hooks. There's whatever the strips that hang on the wall and you can take them off. I can't remember what they're called. Those type of things. But there's just different ways as you're using things. Make sure you're setting it up right. Test your smoke alarms at the beginning of the holiday. If you haven't already done that, be a good reminder. Early in the holidays, get that tested now. Doesn't take but a couple of seconds to test that and make sure that you and your guests and everybody is safe. Okay, sure not to put decorations that block doorways, stairways, or pathways. Okay? So yeah, I haven't put this Frosty the Snowman right here, everybody will see it. Well, they can't get by it. Now they got to walk in the snow or play the ice skating game to get to your front door. Make sure you got the things going the right way. Okay? And it's sure not to put decorations that block all those things, but plan and announce what you're going to do. How are you going to do it? So everybody knows what your plans are. Hey, we're going to have the food here, the drinks are over here, so people aren't. It just makes it a lot safer, nicer, happier day if you're organized. So those are 12 home safety and staying warm and nicety tips. So, no, I'm not going to sing it for you, but here's the 12 days of Christmas that my mom's safety tips would be. 12 home safety tips, staying warm, 11 pet care reminders, 10 safe driving behaviors, 9 things to ask for assistance on, 8 food safety reminders, 7 Christmas tree musts, 6 indoor decorating basics, 5 outdoor decorating basics. That's how they always pause, right? 5 golden ring. Okay. Anyway, 4 ladder steps, electrical safety times 3, 2 things of walk and not run. And the most important one, which wraps this whole thing up, is plan to make the season one for a safety for me and my family. And from the Handy family, Handy clan to yours, we invite you to enjoy a happy and safe holiday season as you have fun and you do things. So that's the 12 safety tips that my mom would have for me as we go through. Questions, comments, derogatory remarks. Okay. Okay.
What would you say is the number one thing for people to remember? I know you went through a bunch of stuff, but if you could say just one safety thing for people during the holiday season, what would you say?
Well, I would go down to 2. I'd take the items number 2 and 3. Okay, that is walk and figure out where your walking paths are. People trip and fall and get hurt. That's the most debilitating injury for anybody, especially during the holiday season with the ice and the temperatures as they are. And the second thing is electrical safety. Take care of your electrical things. They're the ones that cause the most problems. They're the ones that can cause fire. They're the ones that can really make your whole holidays devastating in just a minute. So I appreciate that. There was somebody asked a question before we started, and they said, "Well, hey, do I need to have fall protection? Here I'm going to put stuff on my roof. I'm going to hang all this kind of stuff. If you're a business, absolutely, don't mess that up. If you're a non-business, you're a homeowner, you're just trying to set something up for your family, it's a personal thing, not required, but recommended that you take the extra time. Take some extra time and plan what you're going to do. Who do I need help from? What ladders and things do I need? How am I going to secure those ladders? How am I going to secure that decoration once I get up there? So what tools do I need? How am I going to get them to where I need them to be? So fall protection is some of the things that we deal with in OSHA, and all those things are great for everybody. And if you can do them, but just take some extra time. This is your holiday. Make it fun. You remember that was what you waited all year long for. Okay, January 5th in school. What was you thinking? What am I going to get next Christmas? Right? I mean, I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Where I'm going to get next Christmas, and when's lunch? And oh yeah, recesses and okay, that's but that's what you're thinking. You wait all year for this time of year. Take some time, plan it, enjoy, have a happy and safe holiday season with your families. That's what you need to do. You can make it fun, wear jackets or do different things and make things fun and help people. But again, make it a time to enjoy and spend the time with those that you love. They're not around forever. Make sure you keep them around as long as they should be around by doing the right things. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you. Be safe and have a great holiday season.
Safety home.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Doug. That was amazing. Appreciate all of the words of wisdom you've given to us. And also, actually, I wanted to come and give you this actually real quick. Sorry, just to make sure everyone can see the camera.
Well,
as a small gift from us at the Utah Safety Council, thank you for all of your hard work, your diligence towards safety, and good luck in your next chapter in life. So,
all right. Well, thank you very much, and happy holidays, everyone. Thank you.
Appreciate it. One more. All right. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, everyone.
We'll have to ship them some snow.
There we go.
Sure.
Well, I'm trading in my snow shovel for a little sand shovel.
There you go. Exactly. For all of you at home, we thank you so much for joining us again. Thank you, Doug. Coming up next month for our Start with Safety, we'll be going over effective safety drills and training. So make sure that you keep on the lookout for more details on our website at utahsafetycouncil.org. And with that, and if there's nothing else to say, have a wonderful holiday season, everyone, and stay safe.
And then like I know time got up there and I had